What's going on, guys? Krusty K's here, back from the Go Boys Network, bringing you the MLB slate preview for September 19th. Before we hop into this, I want to remind you guys, you can get all these odds at FanDuel Sportsbook. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into this one. So, the San Francisco Giants taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Logan Webb versus Zach Eflin, a great pitching matchup. This Orioles team, man, I am just so confused by this team. We backed them 2 days ago. They let us down. Backed them today. They were losing. I don't know what they're doing right now, and I can't check. So it's a tough team to figure out. They're really scuffling at the plate. Makes it hard to trust them. I'm going to go to the under here. I just think that we're going to get Logan Webb, who I think will pitch pretty well against this Baltimore team. Obviously, he's going to just throw his sinker and change up a ton. I think he's going to have a lot of success. But I think Eflin can have some success against this Giants lineup. So for me here, I like the under 7.5. It's a low total to begin with. And with the way this Baltimore team's scuffling, I just don't think we see a lot of runs here. I think it ends up being like maybe 2-1 final score if I have to guess. Give me the under 7.5. Our next one, the Atlanta Braves taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Chris Sale versus Julian Aguirre. Obviously this is a juicy play here. So, but what I ultimately settled on was the Chris Sale 7 Ks and the Braves money line. It's even money right now. Absolutely love it. I think Sale deals. Obviously NL Cy Young, barring, I mean, I would say probably barring nothing, truthfully, at this point. But really think he just pitches well against the Reds team, who's been super inconsistent this season, super inconsistent over the last 30 days. Team that I love to attack for Ks, and a spot where I think the Braves bats can take advantage. This team, oddly enough, I believe they're like on the outside looking in terms of wild card, or like right on the border of being on the outside looking in. So, I mean, this team needs to win. I think Chris Sale, obviously, he is that guy. And when they need to win, who do you go to? You go to your ace. So, give me Chris Sale, 7 Ks, and the Braves money line. Our next one, the Minnesota Twins taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Simeon Woods Richardson versus Joey Cantillo. For me here, it's the Guardians on the money line. I don't love backing Cantillo, but for me here, I can't see him going more than 5 innings and turning over to this Cleveland Guardians bullpen, who we all know is the best in baseball. I saw a stat today, which was incredible to me. There's 7 pitchers in all of baseball who have 65 appearances or more, who have a sub-2 ERA, and 4 of the 7 are in the Guardians bullpen. That's absolutely insane. So for me here, I think the Guardians get to Simeon Woods Richardson, and I think they get a win here. This team, obviously, they will not lock up the division today, I don't believe, because they needed Kansas City. They need like 2 teams to lose, and I don't think it's going to happen. So likely have a chance to lock up a playoff berth tomorrow in this game with Cantillo on the bump, and I think they get it done. So give me the Guardians on the money line. Our next one, the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Texas Rangers. Kevin Gausman versus Coomer Rocker. I actually like the Blue Jays here. Even if Rocker pitches well, he's not going to go very deep into this game. They're being really careful with his innings, so don't expect him to pitch super deep, probably about 4 innings if I had to guess. I doubt he sees the 5th unless he's crazy efficient, but I like the Jays here. Gausman, while the Ks haven't been there, he's actually started to pitch a lot better towards the end of the year, and think he can just kind of navigate this Texas lineup, who I've talked about ad nauseum, that they are very mediocre. So give me the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line. If you're looking at Ks here, don't love either guy. I think Gausman's pitching outs are definitely in play. He's been an absolute wagon covering those outs down the stretch here as the season's coming to a close. Our next one, the New York Yankees taking on the Seattle Mariners. Clark Schmidt versus Logan Gilbert. This is an interesting one for me because obviously Clark Schmidt, definitely not a guy that I love to back. And honestly, I'm not going to. I like the Mariners here on the money line. Logan Gilbert at home has been an absolute wagon. If you've watched this guy pitch, he's been outstanding. Get Yankees on, I believe it's getaway day for them. Just confirm for you guys. Yes, it is getaway day for the Yankees. So, and they're traveling to Oakland after this. So yeah, give me, might see a bit of a watered down Yankees lineup, truthfully. Even if we don't, I think Gilbert just pitches really well. Except at home, he's just been that guy. So for me here, the Mariners on the money line, I love it. Don't love backing their offense, but I think Gilbert just gets it done for us regardless. Our next one, the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Miami Marlins. Jack Flaherty versus Edward Cabrera. This is another spot here. I'm going to go the player performance double route. I like Jack Flaherty, 6 Ks, and the Dodgers money line. Close to even money right now. For me here, it really just boils down to the Dodgers. I mean, Flaherty's coming off a pretty rough start against the Braves. This is a good spot for him to take advantage and kind of pitch well. You get a Marlins team who we all know is not hitting, striking out quite a bit. So just a really good spot for him to kind of bounce back, if you will. Edward Cabrera, biggest issue for him is always going to be command. We know that. And against the Dodgers team who sees a lot of pitches, I think he could find himself in some big-time trouble here. So give me the Jack Flaherty, 6 Ks, and the Dodgers money line. Our next one, the Boston Red Sox, taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Red Sox have yet to announce a starter. Rays trotting out Zach Littell. Alex Cora pulled Tanner Houck today at 60 pitches. I was incredibly surprised by that. He was pitching really well. Coming off an 8-pitch inning in the 4th. Not sure what is going on with that, but their bullpen's going to have to obviously eat 5 innings here. So that's interesting. Be really curious to see who they trot out here. Don't love picking anything in this game without a starter. So this will be one that I drop in the comments. I'll actually drop in the comments this time, like the White Sox game where I forgot for today. I will drop it in the comments of this video. Moving on to the next one, the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on Milwaukee Brewers. Brandon Pfaadt versus Tobias Myers. You got to give me the Diamondbacks here on the money line. I just love Brandon Pfaadt, and Tobias Myers has been outstanding too. Don't get me wrong. Both these guys have been really good. But for me here, I just think Brandon Pfaadt against this Milwaukee team has been really struggling at the plate against righties. I think Pfaadt kind of has his way. You get a Diamondbacks team who's scorching hot at the plate. I think they can get to Myers here a bit. I really do. I do think this thing is relatively low scoring, but give me the Diamondbacks on the money line here. Hey guys, I just want to give a quick reminder that new users can bet $5 at FanDuel on any of the bets in this video and win $150 in bonus bets if the bet wins. Now let's get back to the bets. Our next one, the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the New York Mets. Taijuan Walker versus Luis Severino. So this is a divisional matchup, obviously a huge matchup here. I can't possibly back Taijuan Walker ever. So, I mean, I'm a big Luis Severino guy. I think he's having a nice season, but I do think he struggles in this spot. I like the over 8.5. It's probably not going to be a popular play because you're getting 2 teams who a lot of people, I'm sure, are thinking like, oh, playoff style game, yada, yada. But for me here, I think both these pitchers struggle. I think both these lineups are hot at the right time, and I think we see a ton of offense here. Give me the over 8.5. Our next one, the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Luis Ortiz versus Eric Fetty. So this is a pretty gross game, truthfully. I like the under 7.5. It really just comes down to, I think both these pitchers can just kind of take advantage of these lineups that are not hitting well right now. You look at both teams on paper, WRC plus way below league average. Like I said, just not hitting either team. And Fetty's one of those guys who, a lot of weak contact. We all know that. I think he pitches well against this Pittsburgh team. Luis Ortiz, honestly, he's impressed me quite a bit throughout this season. And I think he can navigate this Cardinals lineup with relative ease. So give me the under 7.5 here. I think this one's a real snoozer.
Wait, before we get back to the picks, I wanted to thank you all for watching. Friends don't let friends watch videos without hitting the like button. So go ahead and press the thumbs up button and like the video. If you're new here and not subscribed, you should go ahead and do so because we're dropping new content each and every day on the Gold Boys Network. We strive to cover every sport and give out picks and analysis and valuable information for free on the Gold Boys Network. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you can get notified when we drop something new. I'm Brad Thomas. Let's get back to the picks.
Next one, the Washington Nationals taking on the Chicago Cubs. Patrick Corbin versus Javier Assad. I can't bring myself to take the Cubs at minus 190 on the money line. I don't care who's on the bump. Javier Assad is not a minus 190 money line guy. I don't care. For me here, I'm going to take a shot. We get the Nationals plus 1.5 at playable odds. I'm doing it. Give me the Nationals plus 1.5 at playable odds. Patrick Corbin, we all know. Fade Patrick Corbin, whatever you want to say. He's been Patrick Corbin for this season. Maybe not as bad as in years past. I think he can pitch well enough to keep the Nationals in this game. On the other side, the Cubs look awful. Their bullpen looks terrible. And so even if they're losing early, I think the Nationals can get us a couple runs late and bring us back within this 1.5 number. More than comfortable, like I said, playing this. Cubs, to me, are not a minus 190 team against anybody, especially with a side on the bump. So give me the Washington Nationals plus 1.5. The last one on this slate, the Angels taking on the Astros. Jose Suarez versus Yasoi Kikuchi. Astros team total to the moon. If you've watched Jose Suarez pitch, could be one of the worst pitchers in all baseball. This guy has been in and out of rotation probably the last 2-3 years. Just can't ever seem to stick in the rotation because he's not good. There's really no other way to put it. Like, I wish I had a better way to phrase it, but that's really just all it is. He's not good. Walks are a problem. Hard contact's a problem. This guy's going to get tagged in this game. Give me the Astros team total. You can set it at whatever you want. It is at 4.5 right now. I'm more than okay with that. Astros team total over 4.5. I love it. Think they handle that probably in the first 5 innings, to be completely honest with you. That does conclude our slate, though. If you guys do me a favor, drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys are playing. I will give you guys my 3 best bets, though, before we hop off of here. So, number 1, the Astros team total. My favorite bet of the entire day. Absolutely love it. Number 2, we're going to go with that Chris Sale 7 Ks in the Braves money line. And number 3, we're going to go with the under in that Giants-Orioles game, under 7.5. So as always, I'm Krusty K's. You can get all my official plays at goldboys.com. If you have a gambling problem, dial 100 Gambler. Thank you guys.